Happy birthday, Bench! It's our 1 year
Yeah.
anniversary. Let's go.
Yo, yo, yo.
Happy birthday, Pilipinas! This is the Bench, and welcome to our huddle, where we offer a layman's view on anything and everything basketball from a bunch of regular dudes who eat, sleep, and breathe hoops. Hey guys, we've been streaming 365 days ago. That's when we started
Wow.
streaming. And today, well, Mike had to actually remind all of us that today is our 1 year anniversary. And Mike,
Pare.
um,
Hoy, birthday natin!
hoy birthday natin. Wait, before I get to the whole banter, hi, I'm Julio Dubs Die Hard, and with us, of course, is our Mike Statics, Mike,
What's up, guys?
and
Happy birthday!
happy, and back for the attack from the land of H&S, not H&M, but H&S. Our favorite homie underscore J Ortega on
Nawala
Insta.
na.
Welcome back, Jay. Nice to see you, buddy.
What's up? Resurrected from the boonies.
From the booties. I mean, just to start off the show, huh? I mean, we won't get into details here, but we're glad you're back, and we're glad
Thanks, man.
everything is good there in your household right now. So
Thanks, man. Means
Yep.
a lot. Means a lot.
even though Mike was laughing at you last episode, I told him to be serious about it.
What?
Ayun. No,
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm
What
just
did I
kidding.
do?
It's our
Why
dude. It's our
laughing?
no. We were because um, there was a joke. I don't know. Let's rewatch that
I was
episode.
listening to most of it. I didn't catch that.
Hey, Manos, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Congratulations, though.
What's up, Manoj?
Thank you.
Thanks for being
Can you
there,
imagine?
man.
We've been doing this now for 1 year. So a total of siguro mga 30 people has seen us the whole year. Galing.
Yep. Yep.
Dude,
1
in
year.
365 days, we have 5 subscribers. Count 'em.
Six.
5.
Six. We
Six,
got
six now.
we got
Six
one
now.
new subscriber every 2 months.
Okay.
Wow. That's not so bad, man.
Not
You know,
bad,
we'll,
diba?
no, okay. Today, what we're gonna do is we're not gonna talk about our birthday the whole episode. We're gonna talk about free agency in a while and some trades what happened. And if you do like what you see, please do like and follow us on the Bench Live on Facebook, and please subscribe to our Bench channel on YouTube. The Bench, our YouTube channel, The Bench, and hopefully we get to do this again after another 365 days and
There
7
you go.
subscribers. Uy, thanks, DJ.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Salamat,
Thanks.
salamat, sir.
Now, before
Thank
we
you.
start, I want to do something. You know, I don't eat sweets, right? So I had to make us a cake. But I love I love ramen. So maybe you guys will help me blow out. See, you guys sing happy birthday and I will blow.
Is your falsetto okay lang, Jay? Ikaw na kumanta, ako
Yeah,
papalakpak.
actually,
Ako
how can I
papalakpak, si
really
Julio
do?
magbo-blow.
Yeah, yeah. I
Tama?
blow,
Happy
ha?
birthday to
Wait.
you.
I will blow.
Happy
Okay.
birthday
How do I do this?
to you.
You see, I'm so scared. I'm so
Ay,
scared of
even
fire.
gonna...
know what?
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy
Guys,
birthday.
this is our birthday ramen. I have to
Okay.
put it here. Okay, birthday ramen. If I burn down something,
Okay.
please.
Burning
Me-
down the house.
Get it. Mel fire extinguisher,
Oh, wow.
please.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. I'm shaking. Okay. There. Okay.
Baka
I'm fucking
masunog
shaking.
bahay nyo, ha?
I know that's why I'm gonna hold it.
Uh,
I'm gonna hold it. Sing, guys.
But
Happy.
Happy birthday to you.
You know.
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday
birthday.
to you.
Yes. know, blow, Julio. Make a wish, pwede. 8 subscribers. Let's go.
That's the-
Yeah.
just rewatch the episode to see how I positioned my face. That looked really, really Hey man, you know what? That's cool. I didn't burn down my house, and I don't know if that got us any more viewers or not. Uy, Pom, salamat.
Thank
Oy,
you.
thanks, Pom.
Yeah.
Salamat. Sana makapawi Lakers natin. Tuwan-tuwa masyado tong si Julio eh.
Wait, okay. So how are we gonna start? We're gonna start off here with okay. We have news, which will loosely, of course, we'll talk about some big news. We have trades, and then we're gonna have some. We'll go through all the free agency, like the geeks that we are, the basketball geeks
Mm.
that I say we are. Ganun ba yun? Yes.
Well, I'm taking a rest from basketball as
Oh.
you see with my attire.
Oh.
Pahinga muna ako mga 2 taon. Mga 2 taon.
nga, no?
Wala tayong ibahin natin.
Forza.
You know what's funny? I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. Were you waiting for us to notice the whole?
No.
F1?
No. Because I was gonna bring it out with the first trade where we're gonna discuss.
Hey, but you know what?
So it's all good. It's all good.
Okay. Out of my very naive knowledge for F1, that's Ferrari, right? That's a whole Ferrari getup.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just making sure. Baka I might say Ferrari. I might
Yeah.
make some Ferrari joke.
They won
and
last
then
night. Buti pa
They
sila.
won last night. Okay, how do we do this? Let's share. Okay, if you guys want to,
Yeah, no?
Uy,
Unang-una.
Diba? Ayun na agad yung punchline ko sa suot ko. Kung bakit suot ko to ngayon.
let's start with the big. Okay, I'm gonna start off with there's a lot that's happening, but here on the NBA site, kasi there are some trades that are not here because it's been reported, but baka hindi pa super finalized. Even
Right.
Hindi pa fully consummated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about some big ones, syempre, after we go through this list, diba?
Mm-mm.
So this first big one, I think this has been pretty good already, man. And ikaw, Mike, you have to start this off, pare, when the San Antonio Spurs trade DeJounte Murray to the Hawks for...
Well,
So there, the Hawks get Murray and Jock Landale, and the Spurs get Gallinari and 4 picks. Technically.
yeah, so I don't care about it. Kasi I'm on sabbatical.
What the
Is
hell
that
are
why?
you
Is that
doing?
why?
Yeah.
okay.
So,
I got
anyway,
that now.
then, okay. You know what? I'm fine with it. They should have done this when Kawhi requested the trade. Again, I'm gonna. I've been saying it for so long. Should have done this earlier, but they finally did. Diba? Better late than never. At least now we're done with it. Okay, so we're like, in the start of a 3 or more so year process of rebuilding. Finally, I'm okay. I like the Jonte, but I was alanganin about him being the centerpiece of the Spurs. At best, I saw him as a parang Jaylen Brown, maybe, to what
Jaylen
Jaylen Brown
Brown.
is to the Cell. Yeah, it's like a maybe Batman B to a Robin. I never saw him as the as the centerpiece to the rebuild. So
Sabi
maybe
nga
it's
ni
a good thing. Again?
No, sorry. I cut you off. Go.
No. So I never saw him as the centerpiece of the rebuild anyway. Okay lang. We got a good haul, and we're doing an OKC now. So so I'll see you guys in 3 years. Meantime,
Wait,
I will
wait,
wear
wait.
red.
Wait,
I
no.
will wear red.
Okay, first of all, Pom said that the Spurs are tanking this season,
Yeah,
and
we are.
yeah. But dude, we kind of made a deal. You didn't sign my offer sheet yet.
No, I did.
You did.
Yeah, I did. I just don't have a Dubs cap and shirt.
I
It's okay.
I gotta send you one. Okay, so
Wala pa
And-
ako uniform. So, hindi pa official, dude. I have to clear
yeah.
waivers.
Yeah, that's why. So hindi pa yan official from the league office. Tama, I get
Hindi
you.
pa.
You gotta explain further. No one else is gonna get
No.
this but me.
No, I was gonna get
Mike
this
is
guy.
gonna be joining the Dubs bandwagon for a while.
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
we are
yeah.
talking
I
about.
struck
Para
a
naman we
deal.
get everyone else into the joke.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
No one
yeah,
will
yeah, yeah.
get it eh.
Thank you for what's that? That's why I know masyado kaming what's that?
so hiniram ako. I'm a rental. I'm a
Yeah.
rental for 2 years.
Yeah.
For the
Well,
Dubs.
I offered the opening position in the bandwagon for Mike for 2 to 3 years. For 2 to 3 years while
2
the
plus
Spurs are
1.
tanking. Two
Uh,
plus one. Naka 2 plus 1
uh,
player option.
may
And
fan
then
option ako on
may
the
fan
third year.
option also. And then for in exchange of when the Spurs get good and we have to tank hard eventually after 4 years, ako naman yung sasakay naman sa Spurs
Yeah.
bandwagon.
Okay.
Yun, diba? Okay.
Okay.
Swak. Sabi ni Doc Papi, congrats. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Doc. Doc,
Thank you.
thanks not just for that, but you know what I'm thanking you for, man. Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Cheers. Thanks, Doc.
Baka gusto
Wow.
naman din mag-share para alam mo para
na ni
makuha
Doc
din
yun.
namin yung sinasabi mo, bro.
Dami na ni Doc yun.
Baka inside joke rin yun. I told Mike not to laugh last week.
Sige. Okay, so
Okay, wait.
Ano?
yeah, man.
No, okay.
Ano na?
And Jay, you have anything to say about this trade?
Yeah.
Because you guys were discussing it before the show.
Siyempre,
Ay.
yeah, medyo. So, I mean, Mike siyempre is the Spurs guy here, you know. So he knows
Yeah,
ins
yeah.
and outs of how the Spurs and would be, you know, reacting to or acting on or you know. But I actually disagree in just one little thing. He said kasi na they should have done this tagal na. Me naman, parang the timing is perfect kasi nagkaroon ng more value si DeJounte eh. Nag-all-star siya eh. So they're
That's a
able
good
to
point.
get more
That's a
for,
good point, yeah.
for you know, for DeJounte. And dude, 4 freaking picks plus, you know, Gallinari. Well, that's a good thing for the Hawks because that's a good salary dump right there. And I just mentioned this isn't fact yet, but Gallinari is going to be moved also. The Spurs aren't going to
Yeah.
play Gallinari.
Yeah.
He's
He's being waived.
reported-
He's being
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's reportedly considering to be a Celtic.
Yep.
So
Sabi
Can
nga
I
ni-
just say? Can I just say there with
Go.
I agree with Jay na the timing is right for DeJounte to be traded for this haul. That I totally agree. What I was saying lang is they should have done this when Kawhi requested a trade because we could have gotten the same haul and not the DeMar DeRozan and a Pirtle during the Kawhi
you
trade.
mean for Kawhi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So kumbaga, nung umpisa pa lang,
Yan
we
naman.
tanked, kumbaga we blew up the team already for picks. We had the Jonte, we had Keldon. We
Right.
probably might not have gotten Vassell kasi we would have maybe picked earlier. Pero we
Vassell's a keeper
would
though,
have had the picks already from the last 3 years
Right.
to add
Right,
to the
right.
Jonte. That's what I'm saying lang. Na kumbaga,
Yeah,
we would have
yeah.
been super active in the last 3 years of draft, in the draft days. If we did this earlier, na kumbaga we didn't try to get a
Mhm.
player that can help us contend during the time in DeRozan nga
Oo.
and
Nasayang yung oras kay
Yep,
DeRozan at kay
yep.
LaMarcus. Tama.
I'll address, sabi nga ni Pom, like what you said, Jay, Gallinari na nga is Boston.
Right.
But I'll say like what you said lang, Jay, is that that's reported that's the whole intention. But iba, like we were explaining kanina, Jay, there's a whole
Yeah.
process to this.
Yep.
So San Antonio
waiver
San Antonio has to officially waive Gallinari, which technically they
Yes.
haven't officially waived him
done
yet.
yet. Mm-mm.
After they waive him, he will have to
Right.
clear waivers. I don't know the exact waiver process, but each team in the league has a chance to pick up his existing
So,
contract.
Yes.
Yes.
Diba? Parang ganyan. And then
Yes.
once he clears all that, that's when because if he doesn't, when he clears waivers, the salary cap, his cap hold will stay with the Spurs when he's waived. So it will be assigned to the Spurs. His
Mhm.
cap hold will go to the new team if a team picks him up. That's the whole difference because you assume his contract. But if he clears
Right.
waivers and no team picks him up, then he intends to sign with Atlanta.
With
Right.
And
Boston.
He becomes he
Sorry,
officially
sorry.
becomes a free agent. Yeah.
Yeah, free agent, and he's going to sign with Boston. Now, I'm just saying that because the reason why it's not in the NBA site yet and all that, because anything 90%, 99%, it will happen. But there's always been glitches. Like, remember Chris Paul years ago?
With the Lakers, yeah.
Remember even really recently about the whole Jimmy Butler to Miami, nagka-hitch for a while. They had to fix up
Mm-hmm.
that because in the official, it was reported, but there was a hitch. Also,
Right.
remember Bogdanovich last year, 2 years ago. It was reported, and then nagka-problema because the agent didn't even know.
He
So,
was supposed to end up with the Bucks, not the Hawks.
yes, yeah, not the Hawks,
Officially,
diba?
dapat.
Yeah, so
Originally, I mean.
that's why we're talking lang like this. Na sometimes
Yeah.
it can be reported, and then they'll completely retract it
Yeah.
because of a problem.
Yeah, it
Hey,
happens.
DeAndre
man.
Jordan to Dallas.
The Andre Jordan to Dallas. Yes.
Kapusa. Wild din yun.
Diba?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lamar Odom with Dallas also, di ba?
Oh yun. Yeah, that one also. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
that one
man.
actually. Papi Mike, will Coach Pop still be around for this Spurs rebuild?
Word is he's staying for at least another year. So he'll be around next year. Beyond that, again, pag-usapan. Depende na naman yan. Next off season. But
Wait,
at the very least, at least that's the word, that he's staying around for
Ito,
another year.
For
Additional-
for the coming
additional
season.
chismis. Didn't the Spurs hire
Yes.
Quinn
Brett
Snyder
Brown.
as their assistant? Brett Brown
No,
ba or
Brett
Quinn
Brown.
Snyder?
Brett
Oh,
Brown.
okay, Brett Brown as their.
Brett Brown.
Oh,
He was
holy
the
crap.
assistant coach. Yeah, from Philly.
Holy crap, dude! You are so in a rebuild right now.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
the ultimate rebuilding coach, pare.
Yep. Yes.
Okay,
And
I thought
actually,
I thought it was Snyder nga eh.
I'm just hoping. Well, si Snyder then, diba? That was the chismis before. But we hired
Yeah,
Brett
yeah, yeah,
Brown,
yeah.
former assistant coach under Pop also. Balikbayan yan.
Mhm.
Again, I don't know, man. Because I'm nervous. I don't want him to be the head coach, diba? I want him to be the Pop successor after Pop retires. So I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's just for the rebuild.
Ah, sige, let's go. Okay, I'll go to the next one. So if we want to move on,
Sige.
we don't think we'll need to talk about this so much. Jazz, Royce O'Neal's to the Nets for a first round pick. So
Well, we can mention though na the Jazz seems like they're sort of on a rebuild, like
Okay.
a midway kind of.
you want to talk about that, na rin?
Break it up
Since
a
we're-
bit.
Sige.
Since
Yeah.
we're on the Jazz, it's not here anyway. It was also reported that the Jazz
Uh-huh.
traded Rudy Gobert
Gobert to
Okay.
to Minnesota.
to Minnesota, and
Mm-hmm.
you guys talk about it. I'll get the exact players right now. So basta it's like
There
9
was
players.
Yeah, there's a lot of players actually for Gobert.
Yeah.
They
I
lost
thought
some of their best
Yeah.
3-and-D good defending wingmen, man.
yeah, I thought
What's
I
his
thought
face?
Minnesota
Vanderbilt, the one
overpaid.
who was starting, that guy was solid, man.
That was a super. Yeah, I mean that was.
And that's kind of what they need kasi, no? Nakita kasi ng ibang teams like Phoenix at
Okay.
saka ng, di ba, yung butas ng
Yeah.
Utah eh. Pinagtripan sila ng Mavs pala. So,
Actually,
Mavs.
ako feeling ko nga it can be a retool from you.
Divided
It looks
eh,
like it looks like a rebuild, but it looks para it can be a
More
retool.
of a retool, you're right. More of a
Yeah,
retool.
kasi 'di ba? I mean, ako kasi in the NBA, we know how, serviceable bigs are a
Yeah.
dime a dozen. I mean, you
Yes.
can pick up a who's this?
Yan, tama si Pom. Saka Ainge, mahusay eh. Mahusay din eh. Magulang. Magulang yan sa trades.
So I mean, with the bigs a dime a dozen in the NBA, it's better to collect these mga wings and then just get a
Yung
serviceable
wings
big.
eh.
Eh.
Oo eh. Look at what
Kasi
the
they
Clippers
were-
did, di ba?
Yep. Kasi 'di ba
Three
nakabomba
wings
kasi
ang puta na eh.
their salary cap kasi nakabuhos sa two guys, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
DM and Gobert.
Yeah. Ngayon,
And you don't really need to spend that much. I mean, nobody really
On
spends
two.
that much for a
Yeah.
center, not unless you have an Embiid or a Jokic in your team, 'di ba?
Yan. That's the centers you
Mhm.
spend on.
Yep.
Yung hindi one-dimensional, di ba?
Yan. Saka hindi mabablanka, 'di ba, in a playoff series. Bigla na lang rendered useless.
Naging walang silbi eh.
Yep.
We had a discussion about this, Mike. You were saying that parang they're not rebuilding, and I said that I think they are pa rin. Kasi
Well, ako din,
You said that eight.
the ano sa akin dyan is if they finally trade
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell.
Mitchell. And for me, but you said
That's
that
a rebuild. Ito
No, but-
medyo retool.
no, but they came out
Retool.
with a statement. Me, I have to see it, Muna. They came out with a statement saying that Donovan Mitchell, they're not accepting the calls for
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell, which seems like a retool. But then I told Mike, this is Ainge. he's just
Yeah.
he's not. I mean, after they trade Gobert, you can expect parang fire sale. No, not Ainge, pare. Ainge is not gonna seem
yeah.
like he's on a fire sale, pare.
Yeah,
And yes,
He's not gonna look desperate.
yep, there, Conley,
That's
yes,
one
isa
thing.
pa yan also.
Yeah,
Mm.
Conley also. Isa
Yeah.
pa yan. Tama.
Okay, to get the exact players for this trade, it was Gobert for Patrick Beverly. Sayang naman, he won a championship in Minnesota. Tapos tinade siya. Malik Beasley, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt,
Yan,
Le-
Vanderbilt.
Leandro Bolmaro, and 4 picks. 1,
Solid.
2, 3,
Man,
4.
that's
That's a lot, man.
no,
All first rounders.
they
That's
really
not a bad
overpaid
haul
them.
for. Yeah,
No,
they
that's-
overpaid, in my opinion. Malik
That's
Beasley,
highway robbery.
a good player, huh?
That's
Uh,
something
and that
Ainge would do, pare.
Yeah, man.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
And that
The World Cup.
Vanderbilt guy, I really like this game, man. That's a
The
solid, parang Dennis Rodman type na.
it's like,
Diba?
for me,
That can score pa a little, huh?
pare, this is the scenario, what happened when they were trading with Minnesota. For me, I don't know. Let's see if it's a little bit accurate. They were calling office to office, and they were
Oh.
making deals for Gobert and all this and all this. And when the day is
Right,
over, they realized they were trading 9 players. They're like, "What the hell? Who's the GM of Utah? Ainge? Oh crap! That's right. He's in Utah na pala."
nabudol. Na-hold up sila.
Napudol
pare.
na nga.
Because I didn't
I
realize
can't-
it. Oh, go. I
Okay,
didn't
go ahead.
realize it lang eh. Go. That it was Ainge nga pala when me and Mike were talking. Like, oh nga, this is Ainge
Yeah,
we're talking
diba?
about already, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Me naman, I'm surprised with Minnesota's move na, wow, ano to? Bagong Olajuwon Samson. Tagal nang walang Twin Towers. Kasi that's not really the kind of game that's going on right now, man. So I don't understand 2 centers.
You know,
right?
you know what
Ano,
it is? You know what it
magiging
is,
guardia
Jay?
na ba si, magiging guardia na ba si Kat?
You know what it is, dude? You know
Huh?
what it is? Cause Kat stood outside the whole time, dude. He
Yeah,
hangs around the 3-point
So,
line.
guardia na nga siya. Remember
Small
when
forward
it was
naman,
Olajuwon and
pare.
Samson, guys?
small
Remember when
forward.
it was Olajuwon and Samson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Samson played like a guard. That guy is
Yeah.
also used to love
Yeah.
staying at the top of the key.
Yeah.
So, ganun na nga si Kat, di ba?
Ganun.
Parang
technically.
weird, man.
Wala
Do
na.
you think
Hindi
it's
na,
the
ano yan.
80?
Hindi na re-rebound dyan, pare. Hindi na re-rebound
Hindi
yan.
na.
Uh,
Hindi na.
Do you think it
Mag-ano
will
na
work?
siya. Best big man shooter daw siya eh. di ba?
Okay, yeah, that's right. No, but do you guys think it will
Oh
work?
my God. No!
You don't think?
No,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
No, I don't
I know
think
you
it's
don't think it
gonna
will
work.
work. You, Mike,
They're
do you
also
think it's gonna
shopping
work?
around, They're also shopping around, what's his face, the point guard.
Hindi nga.
D'Lo.
One thing has to happen.
Yeah, D'Lo, di ba?
One thing has to happen for it to work. Kailangan bawiin muna ni Anthony Edwards yung sinabi niya about Gobert na he strikes no fear in him.
Sinabi niya nga pala yun. That teammate niya ngayon, ano yan?
So he has to take that back,
Labo.
dude. He has to take that back
Labo.
for it to
Itong
work.
Minnesota na to, wala na to,
Ah.
dude.
What? Okay, here's an NBA joke.
Ang
What was the
gulo
nickname
nila.
of Gilbert Arenas?
Agent Zero.
Agent Zero.
What's the nickname of Gobert?
What?
Patient Zero.
Patient Zero kasi nga siya
Oh
una.
my God!
I saw that lang as a meme, diba?
Ah.
So he was like,
Ay,
Dinilaan pa yung mikropono.
okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
Me personally, I think it's interesting. I would rather, di ba, well, I told Jay this I would rather you have the T-Wolves I would rather teams experiment this way than just follow the trend always.
Oh, yeah,
because
that's true.
because I mean,
Sure, but this is wow, man. Left.
yeah. No, it's like it's like when the Rockets went micro ball,
Yes, micro ball.
but but then of
Oh my
course
God, what
in high
happened with that, diba?
yeah, I mean, yeah, but the same thing can be said about the Dubs in 2014.
Yes,
Dub
yes.
Seg, diba? Charles
Uh,
Barkley didn't believe that that type of game would win championships.
Barkley
So
doesn't believe a lot of things, man.
yeah,
I mean,
so we'll
Hindi,
see.
for that matter, even the first time they brought out small ball, diba? Na
Yeah,
hindi,
yeah, that,
they
yeah.
didn't fly, diba? But
Because
then
it did
again nga,
it didn't work for the last 20 years. Why would it
yep,
work now, diba?
yep, yep.
Ganyan. So, but yeah, I still think they overpaid a lot though for
Yeah, yun
Jovel.
lang. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a nice little experiment considering the competition now in the league. But yeah, they overpaid. Na hold up sila dito,
Yeah.
pare.
Okay.
oh,
Rockets get Washington. Tai Tai went to the Wolves. So that's what you were saying, Jay. The
mhm.
Timberwolves. I know the Rockets get Tai Tai, pala, and the
No,
Timberwolves get
Rockets.
Wendell Moore.
Yeah,
Okay,
nag-three
Mhm.
team ano siya trade.
yeah. No, because I thought if they got Tai Tai Washington, that means they're really gonna be shopping around D'Lo. But no, okay. This is a big trade also that came out right at least right
Mm.
after the finals, pretty much, no, or
Mhm.
during the finals,
Yeah,
but
Mhm.
yeah. One of the first ones na malaka.
one of the first ones. So the Mavericks trade Christian Wood. No, the Mavericks
That's
get
a
Christian Wood for the Rockets for yun nga akasama si Wendell Moore dito. When the pick which became Wendell
mm,
Moore, Sterling Brown,
mm.
Marquise Chris, Marjanovic and Trey Burke.
They traded Lucas' best friend.
Oo.
Boban.
Mm.
You know
Kainuman
what?
na yan si Boban eh, bago maglaro.
The more
Di ba?
the more I'm seeing this trade now, Dallas actually did a pretty good trade. Trim the fat to. I don't think
Yeah,
any one of these
yeah.
players.
Dude, solid.
No.
And then you get the Christian Wood. Now they have a really good center. Not as inconsistent as in a Cleaver, di ba? Dude,
Mhm.
I think they patched up a hole there that they knew was a good part of their game, but upscaled it to a Christian Wood. Di
What
ba?
I
Actually, oh go Mike, you muna because I heard something
what
about
I
that.
what I don't get about this is what are the Rockets doing?
The
No
Rockets.
clue. Yeah, man.
No,
There's no
the
clue
Rockets
either.
cleared the way for drafting their big man, and they cleared
Yeah,
the
they
way for
did.
Shengun. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they did. I assume these are
Dude, these
I
are
thought
all
Christian
expensive.
Wood
expiring
was
contract.
already part
But
of
then
their
yeah,
build
dude.
up stuff,
But then
di
why
ba?
give up? They cleared the way, but at least get something, dude. Get picks. You're a rebuilding team, eh.
Yeah,
What
yeah. I
what did
guess
they
so.
Oh, why
what did
Marquis
they really
Chris?
achieve
Why
with this?
Boban? Diba? So weird. It is weird,
Diba?
Mike.
Parang
I agree with that. Yeah.
Not having to resign Christian Wood.
Sana.
That's what
Di-
not
Yun lang
having
yun.
to.
mm,
Tapos
No,
tatapon din nila siguro itong mga to,
yeah.
eh, no? Or
yeah,
roster fillers.
Well, no, because
yeah.
okay, diba I always talk
But
about
what are they doing?
no,
I thought Wood would be part of their rebuild. Eh.
no, that he was dude. Wood is 27, huh? He's quite
Yeah,
old.
medyo
27 na ba?
Yeah,
Talaga?
he's
medyo
old.
advanced na siya in age.
Um,
Okay.
I always
Nabagay
thought
nga
that.
sa timeline ng Mavs.
Pwede,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Pwede,
Well,
pwede.
I'll get to Wood and the Mavs, but talking about the Rockets, I lost my train of thought there about the Rockets. Like
Sorry.
they got kasi no, it's okay. They got Christian Wood from free agency, right? So
Mm.
they signed Christian Wood in to that deal.
Mm.
So
Mm.
even getting a number 26 pick na young out of Christian Wood is not so bad for me, huh? Kasi the source of where they got Christian Wood was technically for nothing. They didn't give
That's
up
free
anything to
agency.
get
Okay.
Christian Wood because free agency,
That's a good, point.
diba?
Hindi,
So
sayang lang. Because that's
Yeah.
still an asset that they could have
well,
flipped
yeah,
for, diba?
for more. But I hear,
For
diba?
picks, at least.
Let's add na lang to this that the Mavericks signed JaVale McGee to 3 years. Diba? So the Mavericks
Really?
got yeah. See and I heard that the plan of the Mavs is to start JaVale
And Christian
and
Wood. No?
Christian Wood is gonna be their starting power forward.
Ooh,
That's what I hear.
interesting.
From I heard from the podcast, and they were gonna actually it was the Brian Windhorst podcast, of course, chismis. But yun, and
Ayun.
JaVale, that's the reason why JaVale accepted because he was kind of promised the starting role, and they confirmed it with Christian Wood, like yes, I'm amenable to starting at power forward for the Mavericks. So that's gonna be
Ano
pretty
Bakbakan.
interesting.
mangyayari sa Suns nito? Wala na pala si
Hindi.
JaVale.
Alam mo,
Si Ayton
bakbakan
might
yan.
be moving. Si Bismack na lang yung sentro nila.
Did they get another center again recently? They
No,
got
again, it's the same as what Utah's doing. They'd rather put their money on a wing, on a
Mm.
star wing or a
That's
star
what I'm
guard than
seeing
a
also.
center.
You're right. You're
Di
right.
ba?
Yep.
So pero ito, if Christian Wood starts at the 4 and then
JaVale.
JaVale starts at center, bakbakan to with Mini. Gobert and
dude.
Gobert and Kat. Bakbakan sila.
JaVale has been a really good player now. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
No, I'm just
serving-
saying,
No,
diba?
I like JaVale.
They have-
I like JaVale.
it's-
I think he was a good pickup for the Mavs. I don't know about starting them both, but we'll see.
Tignan mo sabi ni Doc Papi, Towns wants to be the new Dirk. Parang kanina iba yung basa ko dito eh.
Mismo Doc Papi eh. Or the new Ralph Sampson yung dating kasi gusto mag-guardia nitong si Towns eh.
I had to double take what if it was the
Ah.
new Dirk or the new
and then yung
the new anyway.
well, he's not a new that other thing, diba?
Happy birthday, Betch! Anyway, next. Ito we don't have to. This is us really.
Yeah.
There was like a second round trade between the Warriors and the
Okay.
Hawks, wherein
Move
we
on,
get Ryan
move on.
Rollins. Thanks, ha. Oh, Grizzlies. Okay, move on.
Medyo inconsequential tong mga ito eh.
Yeah,
Wala na
wala
yan.
na. We talked about this with Mike actually during the draft show. That the whole
Actually, these are mostly diba, trades that happen on draft
Yeah.
day. I think we can move to we can move
Oy,
to
ano yun? Where
the
did Kemba go? Where did Kemba end up?
he's a free agent.
yeah, he's technically he's with
Pistons
Detroit right
nga
now,
pala.
and he'll be
Yeah,
waived.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he'll be waived.
And then
yeah.
waived.
Can you imagine how sharp Kemba's
Solid waiver
decline?
wire, huh?
Oh yeah.
Not a
No, but
bad
can you-
waiver wire is gonna happen this
Can you
offseason.
imagine how yung decline ni what's his name? Decline ni Kemba's been wild,
Yeah.
huh?
Kemba, no?
From
the
the Hornets,
star,
no?
oo.
Yeah.
From when he
From
left the
the-
Hornets to go
Yeah,
to
From the
Boston.
main man to Boston, na couldn't fulfill even a number 3, number 4 role. Moved to New York, got benched, and then now on the waiver wire, man. Wild din.
Ito,
That's some
this is
kind of
important for us kasi I hear Jermichael Green also will be waived by OKC and target to ng Dubs.
Ng Dubs, so.
Yeah.
He's not a bad wing guy, huh?
No, he's a stretch big, dude.
Mm.
Yun na
Michael
nga,
Green?
stretch pa
Yeah.
pala. Oh, you're right.
Stretch to.
Mm.
And this one, dude, okay, let's talk about the Sixers now because I've been hearing a lot and I kind of agree. And we haven't really, even us, the chat group, we haven't really talked about that the Sixers has secretly
sorry.
had a really good offseason.
Oo
And
nga,
it's not-
slowly.
It's not yet parang coming to us because I think we hate Doc. We don't like to see Harden. So we don't really mind what the Sixers are doing. But one is they got rid of Danny Green, who's coming off his ACL, right? They got the
Right.
Anthony Melton. That's one.
Hmm.
James Harden opted out of his contract,
for
supposedly,
lower pay.
but longer. So wala pa yon, but that's what
Mm.
the rumor is. And who
Yeah.
did they sign in the
Tucker,
that I have?
PJ.
They signed PJ Tucker for
Yeah.
3 years.
Mhm.
Of
Mhm.
course, Daryl Morey would do that. And Daniel House Jr. also.
Oh, yeah. Galing din
Rockets
Houston
din.
yan, ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the joke now is it's the Philadelphia Rockets. that's what
Right.
Daryl Morey is doing. But if you look
Right.
at it
Para
on
sa
paper,
Houston, tas dinagdag mo si Embiid.
yeah, dinagdag mo si Embiid. But
Oh.
by getting
Baliktad.
Melton, Tucker, and House, that's a lot of defense that
Yep.
Morey knows how to play with already from the Houston days, and he's just gonna have
Yes.
to let them with Doc Rivers
Yes.
and kayo na
And
bahala
they still have
dyan.
Tybal, no? They still have Tybal.
Mhm.
They still have
ano,
Tybal.
And,
and
Yeah.
Tyre-
well,
and
the word
Maxey.
is they're trying to
guy's an
shop
awesome defensive player. So.
and Maxi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh,
trying
but
to, well, they're still trying to shop Tobias. They've been
yes.
actually from the start of free agency.
Tama, dapat yun, tanggal na si Tobias doon.
Actually, they're also trying to shop. I don't know why. They're also trying to shop Thibault, actually.
Yeah.
That's what I've
Really?
been hearing. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
That's,
Because of his inability to shoot last playoffs. He
Yep.
completely disappeared in the playoffs.
Ayaw.
yeah, yeah.
Galit na Philadelphia dyan sa ayaw shumot.
Yeah. Do you remember? Yeah. So oo
Tanggalin,
nga,
ay
yeah.
shumot, tanggalin yan.
Tanginan tayo, tumira nito, huwag ka na.
Ay, saka pa eh. Meron
Saka
kami
pa.
player ganyan dati.
Kasi in the podcast I was listening to, they've been talking about better than Thibault. So Thibault is also kind of like in the bad graces now of the whole Sixers system because nga
Or, yeah.
ayaw nga mag-shoot sa playoffs. He did attempt yata a single shot in, I forgot the stat when they lost to Miami. There was a stretch where he didn't attempt at all, as in just shoot the damn ball or didn't make a
Yeah.
shot or something. So that's why. And if we go down, so yeah, and these are the picks of the Wolves and yon, Jay, si Max
Ano
Christie.
to? Max Christie, no relation to Doug.
No.
Yun lang masasabi ko dyan.
Any other big trades before
Interesting, Jay.
Huh?
Interesting. Hindi sila related. Same family name.
Okay, before we go to free agency, are there any more trades that we have to? I know Horter is going to the Kings.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
what's his name?
For Aaron,
Justin Holiday.
Justin pala, not Aaron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Justin
Justin
Holiday.
Holiday.
That's
There you go.
one. And I think
I
that's
don't know.
about it.
Atlanta's loading up with good guards, man.
Actually, parang even these mga fringe teams are slowly getting loaded, man. The mga tanking teams last
Yeah.
year look really good, and that's looking good for us. Kasi I'm trying to think of a team
Because you want
that
to
can
tank.
out-tank us this year, and the only
Some
team
are
I can
getting
think of.
better na. You're gonna
No, they're all
out-tank them,
better
dude.
than us,
You're
dude.
right.
Diba the four crappiest teams in the league, Pistons, the Magic, the Magic. Who are the other two? Rockets and OKC are all better than us. And the only team I can think of that can compete with with tanking is Indiana.
Oy, speaking of Indiana, Pom gave us a really, really good one here, which we didn't
Ayan.
talk about. Brogdon to
Yeah.
the Celtics.
Yeah.
Yon.
Yeah.
Laking
That's
bagay na yan.
another. Okay, that was the version naman of Brad.
If he can play, and not keep getting injured, wow,
Dude,
that's an awesome addition.
That was Brad Stevens copying Danny Ainge in the deal. No, have you seen the deal? I'm gonna pull this up right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Diba? It's a ton of players also.
It's a ton of. It's like I saw a meme that they traded down for Brogdon for like a paper clip and a piece of string. Because okay, Celtics get Malcolm Brogdon and the Pacers get a 2023 first round pick, Daniel Tice, Aaron Nesmith, Nick Stauskas, Malik Fitz, and Joan
Galing.
Morgan.
Ang husay, di ba?
So
then you get a Brogdon.
Diyan ako kinakabahan. Kasi they might out-tank us.
The Pacers.
The Pacers.
The
Sa kanila
Pacers.
lang ako natatakot. Everyone else, layan.
Dude,
Pistons lumalakas na eh. OKC lumalakas na.
Lakas! All the four,
Oo,
dude.
oo.
So,
Oo.
they're all
Maganda
ano
yung
na.
picks eh.
Dude, I have no idea how this Malik Fitz entered the NBA and this Jawan Morgan. I have zero. I don't even know if he's a two-way player, a G League
Alam mo.
player. I don't know.
Hanapin na yung agent yan at ano na kay Soto yan. Sino man agent tong dalawa na yan.
So let's go now to the. Wait, you want to talk about
Why are
potential
we
trade,
there again?
or we go to the? No, I scrolled back up lang. Do you want to talk about? You want to go straight into the free agency
Yeah,
deals?
let's go to free agency.
Sige. Before
Yeah,
we talk
man.
about the more pressing.
Wait.
Okay.
Ito si Doc, we have two comments here before we move on from Indiana.
But there are rumors kasi that
Rumors kasi.
Brogdon's injury daw is more serious than what was reported. Well, Doc, that's always the problem naman of
With Brogdon, parang every year he gets injured talaga eh.
yan ang
So I
sugal
guess
ng
sumusuntok sa sumusuntok sa
Yeah.
buwan itong Boston.
Celtics.
What's nice lang
But
about
if they can,
Boston
yeah,
with Brogdon is they have their lineup to rest Brogdon and not
that's
give him
what I
heavy
was gonna
minutes.
say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
They can rest him, dude. Keep him, keep him
Yeah.
ready for the playoffs, and then let him loose. And hey,
Yep.
man,
And
if he can have a good run, then
and we all know that the Celtics, that's what they lost in the finals. Kitang-kita. I mean, I don't
Yep.
even understand how they were saying the Celtics were so deep when in the finals they practically lost every sense of a bench that they had no one
Yep.
already. But
Mm-hmm.
and if they can keep Brogdon healthy, if they
Brogdon
can
will
keep
make them deeper. Yeah.
even Gallinari, diba?
Gallinari.
Yes.
And-
Yes.
And it diba what we were talking about in the finals, the Celtics had no switch button. They had Big with Rob Williams and then Horford, Grant Williams, and there was nothing else to change pace or whatever. Brogdon can help them change pace, and I think Gallinari can help them change pace.
Yeah.
It's just a different look
Yes.
when they
Yes.
enter.
Gallinari can
enter the ball
replace
game.
Tatum in the lineup.
Yes,
you know,
yep.
mga
Yeah, no one
ganyan
could
moves.
replace Tatum from the bench in the
Wala
finals,
eh.
dude.
Yeah.
Zero.
Wala. Napagod din
Yeah.
sa dun. Ubos siya eh. So,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah. I think this has been really good moves by Boston so far. They saw what they were lacking.
And then
Miles
Palmos, ito,
Turner next.
yeah,
mumove na
we're
nga rin yan.
waiting kung saan pupunta si Miles Turner.
Baka sa Minnesota din.
Again, this is ito nga, dude.
Okay.
This makes me wonder. Well, this kind of reinforces what we were saying earlier, Jay, na parang the bigs are a dime a dozen now because he's not moving. Remember how
Yeah.
Yeah.
who's
Hindi
that
na
guy
mabenta.
from Detroit? Who was that guy from Detroit that got moved to the Nets? The
Drummond?
center.
Drummond.
Diba? Drummond didn't he have a max or at least a max contract?
Yeah, he had a max contract and then he became a backup to
did.
Joel Embiid. And we'll
Yeah.
see him now. And he signed now as a backup yata again.
He's moving
We'll see.
again. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
been signed na. We'll see him somewhere here off the top. There, Chicago. We'll
Yeah.
talk about,
Why?
we should talk about Chicago.
Isa pa to.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Isa pa yan.
Chicago soon. I'll just mention
Sino?
something that when you mentioned that they'll go to Minnesota, if Miles Turner goes to Minnesota and they have their triple towers, they will still be shorter than the Orlando Magic. I'll say that.
Huh?
Right now. Yeah. Dude, have you seen the Orlando Magic's lineup, dude?
Yeah,
with
but really,
Mo-
wild.
no, because they have Mo Bamba. They have Mo Bamba.
Yeah.
They have what's his name? The 6'10 rookie at number 1 pick. And then they have Wendell Carter. And then they signed Bol. They're huge, dude. The Magic.
But
They're huge.
they OKC. OKC is freaking long, dude. their
Yep.
their lineup.
Ito.
Oh, yung the thin
towers.
But not just the two, dude. All their draft picks and basically the players they've been stashing, they're all huge. They're all long.
Oo nga. Tall. Yeah, long.
Point guard nila is already 6'7".
Yep.
Diba? Okay. Let's run this down and then comments now, okay?
Sige.
The Hawks, aside from the trade, they got Aaron Holiday pa on a 1-year deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good pickup.
Boston got, well, they just resigned Luke Cornett. But can I, before we get into this, we'll talk about it also. Didn't you notice this is the finally in this offseason, the younger players, they all went for the max deals. Don't you notice? Super max lahat sila. That's it.
Yeah.
I want 200 million and I'm rich. You know what I mean? As compared to the oldies who didn't want to commit with their teams, that's where we see the change, Mike. So a lot of the oldies before wanted to get lang 3+1 or whatever so they can move, right? Now the younger ones are saying, screw that, I want my 200 million.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Okay.
Kahit wala pa akong
Brooklyn.
pinapatunayan, give me my 200.
Yeah, exactly. Brooklyn Nets, they re-signed Nick Claxton on a 2-year deal and they and get Patty Mills. And along with
Patty
Royce
Mills.
Patty
Oy.
Mills.
Patty Mills, star na ng Brooklyn to.
Yeah.
Along
Along with
abangan, abangan sa fantasy yan.
along with their leading scorer,
Steph Curry,
malamang Royce
baka
O'Neal.
lumipat pa eh.
Diba? Royce O'Neal's gonna be an all-star next year kasi wala na silang star.
Ah,
Charlotte gets back Cody Martin. Okay.
ayan,
And
pampalit
ito,
kay kay Engot.
kay Caleb.
Ito, weird.
No, pampalit kay
Hey.
kay
What's his name?
Miles
Miles Bridges.
Wala na silang
Dude.
I think he's
Dude.
retiring from the NBA.
Dude.
Mag-rapper na lang daw siya eh.
Yeah.
Diba?
Candy rapper, pare. That's what he should be, pare.
Oh, sampaling ko yung gagong yun eh.
Can you imagine? A few days before the draft where he might get a max contract, he decides to
pala
get really, really
bobo eh.
pissed off and beat up his girlfriend. That's the dumbest thing ever, pare. You're a millionaire. I'm sorry, you're an NBA millionaire and you're gonna just see red for whatever. Sabihin na natin, I don't know what she did. She could be good, she could be bad, whatever. But there's no reason for you to be...
No girl deserves a beating, man.
Yeah. Just go
No
out
girl.
na lang and have fun or forget muna. In front of his
Yeah.
son pa, ha? In front
Yeah,
of his son.
bobo. Gago rin.
Anyway,
Sampaling
let's go to the
ko siya.
Bulls. Sampalin ko siya.
Mauminit ulo natin lahat. Let's move on.
Zach
Ito
Levine.
weird eh, no?
Oh, yun. It's
Andre
200
Drummond.
million $200 million club to si Zach Levine. 5 years, huh?
Oo nga.
Andre Drummond agrees to be
You
back
think
up
he's
again.
worth 200 million?
Uh,
Huh?
is Zion? Is Zion, Jay?
No. No.
Exactly. Yet they get their 200
Yeah.
million.
Derek Jones Jr. returns on 2 years. And Goran still refuses to play behind Luka. I know, dude. That's the joke I have now with my batch group because I keep on telling them that, dude, guaranteed yan, Goran's gonna sign now with Dallas because Luka's there. And yet,
Wala pa
until
rin,
now,
napakipot,
para, it's like, I'm not gonna sign under you. Ako yung kuya mo noon, tapos ngayon ako magiging bench. Wag na.
Etong Cleveland, I'm waiting on them to try and move Sexton eh. Wala pa eh, no?
Wait, hold on. Any thoughts on the Bulls? Because they're supposed to be coming out really deep this season.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I
about
mean-
deep, man.
You don't know about deep?
I don't understand the Drummond pickup. He's just gonna slow them down, dude.
Back
I
up
think
off
the
Vucevic.
Bulls should go more for pace. Hopefully, when Lonzo comes back, they get that, diba? But with Drummond there, replacing their big, parang ang weird.
Ako si Drummond, I think they're
I don't know what system they're gonna run, man.
I think they're getting Drummond for cheap. And he's just gonna be an option for rebounding, dude. He's kumbaga, somebody they can plug in. I don't know what the
Hindi na to,
contract looks
oo.
like, but I assume this is a cheap contract.
Yeah, that's probably a minimum or something, or not, a little bit higher. Or
True. I don't get it lang.
now that the Nets are gone, I don't know where this puts the Bulls in the pecking order.
Fifth.
We're gonna have our prediction series.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're gonna have to reveal who won it, no?
Yeah.
Last year. Okay.
Mhm.
Boy,
Yan.
I did pretty well, huh?
Secret daw yan, secret.
Secret.
Cleveland, yan, 200, no, a little shy over 200 to, from what I remember. 190 something.
Garland.
Garland on a
Okay.
5-year deal also. Rubio, I got shocked with this.
Yeah, no.
They let go of Rubio and he comes back on a 3-year deal.
Oo nga eh. Baka nga
Yeah.
they're moving Sexton, diba?
Yeah.
I wanted Rubio
Diba?
though. Anyway,
That's what I'm thinking eh.
Neto comes back on a 1-year deal and I wanted this guy also for the
Okay.
Dubs. Robin Lopez comes back
Ang dami
on a
na
1-year
nilang
deal.
big. Kumuha pa ng big
Oo
eh.
nga.
No?
Mhm.
Isa pa to.
Isn't this the one, Jay, you were saying before? For sure, Robin Lopez will never be a Batman. He will be a Robin. Diba, yung sabi mo
There's
noon,
no
diba?
other way, man. Unless he becomes the Joker.
Jokic. Oh, diba? Anyway. Yon, Dallas. ito this is funny, man.
You mentioned this earlier.
They get JaVale for 3 years, and they get the ultimate distractor on the bench, Theo Pinson, who cost
Who's
them
Theo Pinson?
100,000.
I don't even
No,
know
dude,
Theo
this is the
Pinson.
guy who is always on the sideline for the Mavs, making gulo the opposing team. This is the reason why they got fined 100,000. You know their style, like when the Warriors face the Mavs, they even asked him to change his shirt. He wears the shirt of the opposing team's color, and he stands right there. And there were about 2 times where Steph throws in his direction because all he sees all of a sudden is blue or white. And he stands right there in the corner. Di ba corner 3 where Wiggins is?
Okay.
Yeah, and
Now
the referee,
I know who he is.
dude, it's Jason Kidd's. You know, Jason Kidd has a lot of bad tactics. And it's bad na smart, bad in a good way. But that's a Jason Kidd specialty right there. Yeah. So that Theo Pinson guy, his job there is to just stand and make gulo na. And that's why they got fined. But
Dude, wasn't it Kid also yung nagpatama sa player, yung nagpabunggo siya sa player?
No,
That was him also, diba?
Nagbunggo siya ng player before on the court, and there was another time where he asked his player to bump his drink so that they have to wipe the floor. They have to wipe the floor, and then parang time out. And the assistant coach was drawing up the play while they were wiping the.
Hayop sa gulang.
Dude, so
parang tabo no?
You didn't see it in the playoffs. The referee even asked him to change his shirt because he's the same color as the Dubs. He didn't in that game.
Yeah.
He changed it the next game when the Dubs had a different color. The same color again. He stands there, bandang corner 3-pointer, and then if you don't know lang, parang if you jump and see someone blue, that's where you'll pass to. Puta, it's him pala.
Yeah.
Gago. Anyway, cool though. I think it's a pretty good gamemanship. Jokic, 200
Bagley
million
finally
team.
gets a multi-year deal.
Oh wait, you're jumping. DeAndre Jordan goes to Denver.
Yeah, Denver kasi parang
I can't believe people are
naman
still
to talk about.
signing DeAndre Jordan.
Amigos, that's really But this is big, Jay.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown.
Yep, that's a
That's
good
the-
Brown,
that-
yes.
That's a wing defender for
Brown.
them, which they need.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, we go to kasi gusto ni Jay Pistons. Kevin Knox agrees to a 2-year deal, and this one a lot were frowning on this one. Bagley
Yung Bagley gets
on a 3-year deal worth 30 plus million to He's getting about 10 a year.
Yeah. Pretty good money again for him, without still proving shit.
But where's he gonna be with Beef Stew and Jalen Duran? And
Yeah.
Oo nga. Di ba no? Weird din eh.
we'll see. But you know what? I heard somewhere that because you see how Bagley is, he's not really that big. He's kind of like he's kind of mobile. He might take he might take this. You know what Jeremy Grant was for the Pistons?
That spot.
Yeah, that kind of play wherein you're like a semi
Okay.
wing power forward type na big.
Right.
Parang ganyan.
Ito, good pickup for you guys, man. I like DiVincenzo's game.
They get DiVincenzo on a
Yeah.
2-year deal after
That's a
losing.
good roster player right
Well,
there, man.
They lost
Pinagtatawanan
Gary
ako
Payton.
dati niya ni Julio. When I
Why?
I remember a conversation we had like years ago when he was with the Bucks pa, and I thought that they should keep him because he was their starter, diba? He was their 3-and-D guy,
Yeah.
and he played really good D. And then Julio was like, whatever. And then now he's with the Dubs.
And then ngayon nasa Dubs.
Kevon Looney returns also on a 3-year deal. Friendly deal, about $8 million a year for Kevon Looney. And
Dapat lang yan bumalik.
we'll talk about that later.
Abot tayo dyan, Doc.
Abot tayo dyan.
Yan ang overtime natin.
Overtime natin yan. Actually, wow, we're 50 minutes. Sa bagay, birthday naman.
We're
Okay lang to.
53 minutes na.
Okay. Happy birthday, Bench. So there. But we do lose. Warriors also lost here. They lost Otto Porter and Gary Payton Jr. And then all of a sudden, all the Warrior fans sometimes are like, "Oh my God, wala na si Gary Payton. What do we do?" It's like,
Ayan, no?
We do.
DiVincenzo.
Houston Rockets. They get back Jeshuan Tate on a 3-year deal.
Jason Tate, I like this
Yeah.
player. He's a pretty
Yeah,
good
this
player,
guy's
man.
he's good. Pacers get back Jalen Smith on a 2-year deal.
Okay.
Ito, wild to. Itong team wild to.
Ito,
Pacers signed back
matindi to.
Batum, Coffee. Official na pala to, yung kay John Wall, ha? Agrees on a
Yeah.
2-year deal.
Yeah.
Zubac
Yeah, with
agrees to an
Zubac.
extension.
Mm-mm.
What I know about John Wall, official na pala to, he took a 6 million discount from the buyout and then signed up with the Clippers on the mid-level for 2 years na 6 million, 6 million. So he got it
Yeah.
back
Huh?
from the Clippers.
Oo. Galing. Pwede. Hey, to be
Oh,
able
ito.
to play with Kawhi and Paul George. And
Clipper.
this team is loaded with wings, man.
Again.
Yeah. Only
And
one.
Same-
then you have John Wall. Now you upgrade
Same-
your point guard.
yep.
That's a good team, man.
It's the same scenario with Brogdon because they can rest him also and
Right,
just
right,
you know
right.
pick his spots on the court, diba? Na okay, laro, diba?
Mm-mm. Ako,
We'll
I
see,
like
though.
this. I like these pickups for the Lakers. JTA
Okay,
from
Lakers.
you guys. Lonnie Walker from the Spurs.
Yeah.
These are solid pickups, man.
Lonnie Walker, clutch agent from the Spurs.
Yeah.
Juan Toscano Anderson, clutch agent from the
Yeah,
Spurs.
para may
Yan,
donation.
yan.
Para may donation kami dalawa ni Julio dyan.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, oh.
Yan, yan.
Dude,
Clutch
you also
driver
got
kasi may clutch driver kasi sa Lakers.
we also
Tapak
gave
wala
you
rin sapat.
you also got Damian Jones, former Warriors first round pick. Damian Jones,
No, not
For-
yet.
for-
not bad. Not
former
bad.
starting center.
We though, no? We lost
2019.
Monk, ano? Where did Monk go?
Yeah, you lost Monk and he went to Sacramento. If I'm not
Sacramento.
mistaken. We'll
There
see
you
him
go.
later.
Right.
Troy
right.
Brown Jr. Okay, Memphis. You know, Memphis, huh? I'm not gonna say it, but they did really well this offseason. John Morant agrees to a 5-year extension. I'm not gonna say kasi that they did really bad because all of a sudden 74 wins sila.
They didn't do shit. What did they do? They lost Kyle Anderson to Sacktown. Who did they
Yes.
get in place of
Rookies.
Kyle Anderson?
Rookies. They got Jake
I
LaRavia.
mean not directly. They got another player from another team
Yeah, they got
to
Danny
play that
Green.
position. Danny
Danny
Green.
Green.
There you go.
Yeah.
Danny Green. There you go. That's the Kyle Anderson position.
They re-signed Tyus Jones and what here, John Morant, part of the 200 million. But I think below 200 to ng konti also. 'Cause
Yeah.
parang Garland.
Ito, the next team, wala rin masyadong nangyari dito eh.
What the Heat?
Pang ginagawa ito. Oo.
Kasi, but someone that wants to go here.
Oladipo, Dedmon.
Ah,
We'll
Yan,
talk about
mamaya.
that also. Yeah,
Oh.
so Oladipo and Dwayne Dedmon.
pero gusto niya nandun si Lowry. Nandun si diba? Andun si Butler saka si Bam.
Tapos si Pop, we should change put the Clutchers. Pwede ba yan? The LA Clutchers.
Clutchers.
Clutches.
I like that.
Puro clutch eh.
Eto.
Sino?
Etong gusto ko na ginawa.
Bucks.
Na, this is one of the teams that moved in the offseason. Man.
Joe Ingles?
Joe Ingles. Yun ba yan?
Ha? Yun?
Yeah.
Bobby
That's a
Portis.
really good pickup, dude.
Well, yeah. It's
No,
a
it
good
is.
pickup.
Sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at mo.
No, well, I was thinking also, I was like,
tumahimik kasi lahat eh. Biglang, huh?
no, because I was thinking like, did I miss on something? And they just got Joe Ingles and Javon Carter, I guess.
Joe Ingles is a good pickup.
No,
It's a good pickup.
that's a good pickup because that's who they exactly who they need for the
Yes,
bench.
someone who
That's
can
true.
also run the team. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Pass.
Yep.
But he's also coming off an ACL, right? Or
Pero,
some big
ah,
injury.
yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Parang ano lang yan, Jay. It doesn't look like much, but it's
Pero
like the
smart.
Dubs, dude.
Smart player.
Diba? It doesn't look like much what they did in the offseason,
yeah.
re-signing Portis,
Yeah.
but it's like the Dubs, dude. They don't really have to do much.
Exactly.
They just have to, diba? Just
Right,
add
right.
add a
right.
little bit
Ano
of
lang? Plug and play. Tanggal
Yeah.
to. Okay,
Ano lang
plug
yan.
this
The,
to.
Para
the
mga
Dubs don't have to do
sprinkles
much.
lang yan, pare. They just sprinkle on top.
The Dubs don't
Right,
have to do much
right.
or do everything to get somebody. Get it. Timberwolves. Oh, yeah. Sabi mo, Jay. Kyle Anderson. Carl Anthony Towns gets an extension, and that's another 200 yata.
And then the Gobert thing.
Yep. Bryn
Madami
Forbes.
palang mayaman dito sa Minnesota, no? May Prince na,
Oo
may
nga.
Forbes pa eh. Laban Dasma dyan.
Ah,
Wait, Forbes, Dasma, and what village is Prince?
Hindi yan village. Yan ang may-ari. Yan ang
Yan ang
Prince.
may-ari
Ano ka
ng
ba naman?
Forbes tsaka
Oo.
Dasma.
Oo.
prinsipe nga eh.
Yeah, sige, sorry.
Sus Mario Josep eh.
Ayan, Jay, you mentioned
Ayan.
Zach Levine.
Overpaid. Oo. Wala pang ginagawa
Okay.
tong hype na to.
I'll be on the other side of this one. There was no choice but for New Orleans to give Zion the max here. And because he was number one pick, that just equates
Yeah.
by calculator. If they didn't give him the max
Yeah, he
here,
would have walked.
that would have been bigger news. Kumbaga,
Yes.
if it's this is the natural flow of a number one pick who they still want to keep. Sad to
Pero
say,
'di ba?
ganun.
Right.
Sarap
I
ng
know.
buhay niya, 'di ba?
Sarap
Sarap
talaga ng
ng
buhay,
buhay
dude.
niya.
That's some mean ass buffets that he can eat. But the Knicks, ito pare.
Yan,
That's a lot of Doritos.
That's a lot of Doritos. New York Knicks pare steal Jalen Brunson,
From the Mavs.
sign back Mitchell Robinson, and get
Okay.
Isaiah Harkenstein.
From-
My question is, are they paying? Is it overpaid and for Jalen Brunson? 104 million for 4 years?
Yeah.
Well,
That's
Yes.
overpaid.
may padrino eh. Si Daddy nandyan eh.
May not just daddy, pare. His GM is the Godfather.
Ninong pa. Ninong na
Oo.
yung GM, Daddy assistant coach, 'di ba?
Jason Kidd didn't stand a chance. Okay, see, ito I got shocked, huh? 5
That's
years
a lot
to
of
Dort.
money also for Dort.
85 million, if
Right?
I'm not mistaken. 80, yeah.
Grabe yung
Actually, well-
inconsistency ng shooting.
Well, kung
yan,
if we're talking about Dort, 'di ba? Then the Brunson contract doesn't look so bad.
20
That's
million
it.
more for, yeah, okay.
Hindi, pero to be honest, let me
understand
just
that signing, man.
Can-
With
can-
all
can
the
I just
picks
go
they
back?
have, what?
can I just go back to the Brunson one? Parang
Okay.
I kind of get the idea here kasi they're gambling that Jalen Brunson will be more valuable than 20 million in year 3 or year 4 of that contract. So basically 20 may be overpaying
It's a
now,
bet.
pero baka, 'di ba? With the
It's a
upside,
bet.
so they're kind of gambling na, you know what, year 3, year 4 he'll be worth 30 and we're
Mhm.
getting him for 20. So maybe
Ako
that's
naman is that they finally, for me, no matter how dysfunctional the Knicks are, they finally have a point guard. This is gonna be their point guard. I mean,
Yeah.
It is.
I mean,
it is.
this
That's
is-
why Kemba's gone and yeah.
yeah, they really had a problem at point. My
Mhm.
only problem lang here is that if Tibbs still plays Derrick Rose over Jalen Brunson in crunch time, hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko.
Ewan ko na.
Yon, hindi ko na alam. Babayaran mo ng
Ah.
100 million si Jalen Brunson tapos in the end, I love Derrick Rose.
Hindi mo rin gagamitin.
Yeah.
no?
Diba? So we'll see na lang kung anong gagawin ni Tibbs dito. Orlando Magic, Gary Harris, Mo Bamba. Go back.
Okay.
Okay. Lottery ulit na naman sila next year.
Ito, nabanggit na natin to The
Yeah.
Philadelphia Rockets.
Tucker, Philadelphia Rockets. Ito, Phoenix Suns. Another
Yeah.
$200 million deal for Devin Booker.
Okogie's a good pickup.
Okay,
But wala na silang
Dude.
sentro kung wala na si JaVale and they're moving Ayton. Diba?
yeah, but
That,
They
at
also
least that's what's being said.
the Suns relieve the Dubs of Bayao Boy.
Bayaw boy from the Dubs, yeah.
But di ba I was telling you, Jay, this is kind of funky. The Suns have been getting yan. They got Okogie, they got Damian Lee, they got Landale. Landale ba yun
Mm.
also?
Yeah.
Jack
They got
Landale.
Landale.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, and we'll talk about it later. I have a feeling that the Suns are amassing players to add up to this KD deal.
Yes,
But it comes
they're,
out-
They're moving space.
No, not just space. It's like they want KD now. They're saying that the whole Gobert deal created this whole scenario that KD wants to be known as this many players now go for KD. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
by the Suns, like, why would they get Damian Lee? Why would they get Okogie? Well, I mean, why? I mean, will he really be
Right.
a defensive wing and then Landale? I think they're gonna get this, give Aiton plus Lee, Okogie, whoever else that they picked
Yeah.
up along the way, and it's gonna look
Yes,
like
for KT.
hmm
for
Right.
KD. Ganon yun.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
that's the reason also why I think all of a sudden the Warriors came into the picture saying, whoops, look what we can offer to make
Mhm.
Brooklyn think twice now. Oh, really?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we don't have to get people like Okogie and Damian Lee and Landale when we can actually get maybe Moody or
Right.
Weissman or
Right.
so pinapaisip ng Dubs yung whole scenario without KD just all of a sudden showing up in Phoenix that the Dubs have to worry about. Anyway, we'll talk about that later also. Portland, and I think Dallas is doing the same thing with Kyrie recently, diba? By saying that they're also interested in Kyrie. Just so that you guys, Jay, the Lakers won't get him for so
Spend.
easy.
Yes. Spend more na naman.
Yeah, ganon yun talaga. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a smart way to be
It's
competitive.
yeah,
diba?
it's gamemanship, man.
Game-
It's gamesmanship.
Gamesmanships.
Yeah.
Portland signs back Anthony Simons for
Mhm.
100 million. They get back Nurkic,
Yan ang bagong backcourt mate ni Dame dyan eh.
ni
Yep.
Dame.
Mm.
And off the bench, you know what they say now? Portland and Dame, they just copied the Dubs because now you have Simons and Dame, offensive
Mhm.
weapons, and they're gonna
Mhm.
bring Gary Payton in
Gary
because they
Payton
got
from
Gary
you guys.
Payton in as
I'm
the
happy
defense.
for him he gets paid though, huh?
Yeah, me
He
also. Yeah,
deserves to get
yeah.
paid.
He
Yeah,
deserves to
yeah.
get paid. But remember how the Dubs would go with Steph and Clay, then bring in Payton as defense, and would leave in Payton also with
Right.
Jordan Poole. This is exactly
Right.
what the Blazers plan to do with Gary Payton malamang. Is that they'll have one there na talagang pang defense.
Mhm.
So they can switch and stagger Simons and Dame.
And Dame, yeah.
Kings get
Kulang pa
Malik
din
Monk.
that Blazers team though.
Yeah. Well,
Dahil pa rin
kulang pa rin.
kulang dyan. Yeah.
Kings get Malik Monk.
Yeah.
Mm. San Antonio, no reported
King,
signings.
man.
If-
There's no
okay.
explanation
if
for the
if
shit they
can
do.
I just say, if
What,
that
what?
picture doesn't tell you that we're tanking, I don't know what will.
No
No
reported
reported
signings yet.
signings yet. Diba?
Yeah,
Ibig
yeah.
sabihin yan, ang starting point guard namin, si Josh Primo. Or at least the starting shooting guard. Kasi diba, Trey Jones might, Josh Primo, starter next year. Let's go.
Sabi ni Pam, nagpaparamdam daw na rin si Dame sa Blazers about loyalty. You know, I saw a meme.
I don't
Ah, na-
know.
I saw a
Yeah.
meme a couple of days ago, like yesterday. Like it was Steph and Dame, the last two loyal players in the NBA. And I was like,
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw
I
that?
saw
You saw that?
that. Na parang,
I was like,
yeah.
What about
Parang dami
Dray-
nila nakalimutan.
what about Clay? What about Draymond?
What
Jokic.
about Giannis, dude?
What about Giannis?
Yeah.
What about Jokic?
Madami sila nakalimutan dun.
Weird. Anyway, Toronto signs back Chris Boucher. They steal
Mhm.
Otto Porter from the
That's
Dubs.
weird, no? Because for a long time there, they weren't even using him during
Yeah.
the course of the season, dude. And
Ah.
then they signed him for another 3 years. Okay.
Baka bati na sila ni Nick Nurse.
Otto
And then
Porter's a good pickup. I don't know about Tad Young. They should have used him more, in my opinion. He's also a good, roster filler.
But I don't know how much playing time will Porter get here kaya.
Palitan yan sila
Yeah,
ni Tad
diba?
Young. I those two are palitan yan. They have the
Parehong-
same
parehong
freaking
style
role,
ng
dude.
laro niya, no?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They play the same freaking role. So
Yeah, it's
palitan
the,
yan.
it's the same player, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Utah,
Okay,
no reported
yun.
signings
Ayan
yet
na.
also eh. Although, alam na this, Gobert.
Alam na this. Washington, isa pa yan, $200
Ayan.
million
Yan.
man.
Daming drama. Daming drama dyan din na uwi.
Ano balik din naman pala.
And then they got to Dillon Wright. Is it Dillon Wright? Why would they get Dillon Wright, for example? Can someone explain this to me? Like,
I don't know either.
shouldn't
That's
Dillon
okay.
Wright be in like a team that wants to compete and Anyway.
Right. Right. Diba?
Diba? Isn't it like a plug guy on the bench for a
Yeah.
playoff team that could be a
Yeah.
defensive
Yeah.
stopper
Yeah.
or anyway? Oh, that's a lot. But we should talk about the more pressing news, diba?
Mm.
At hand. Maybe we can go
Mm.
to our faces now. You have any last thoughts
The-
on the free agency, pala?
It's been nice. It's been a lot of movement, man. That's
Yeah,
good.
but the
Good
theme,
for the
huh?
balance of the teams, and you know.
But did you see the theme? The theme for me has been resigning
Mm-hmm.
more than getting poached by
True,
diba?
Yeah.
true.
At
Yeah.
least for the big names, no.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's the thing.
Now,
Okay,
Except for
there-
one
there are
guy.
Except
There are
for
other,
one
there are
guy.
other bigger names that
No. Two.
might
Two.
be
Two.
moving.
Two
Yeah,
guys.
two.
Two guys. Yeah.
Two guys. Speaking
And
of
it's
big
Two guys
names,
from the Big Apple.
And it's funny how right before the trade the free agency season starts, which was about June 30 or July 1 dito. A few hours before this, and it was funny because I was sleeping and I woke up to go to the restroom at around like 2ish, 3ish, and I saw my phone and I see KD because I wanted to get up early at 6 a.m. for the free agency, diba? I wanted to know about Gary Payton. I wanted to know because it was starting here at around 6 in the morning. And lo and behold, at 3 a.m., pare, I see Kevin Durant requests to be traded, pare, right after the day after Kyrie Irving says that he opts in. So
Mhm.
Kyrie Irving opts in, and now Kevin Durant requests to be traded.
For a trade.
And the two teams he wants to be traded to are
Are the number one teams.
the number one seed of the West last season, Phoenix Suns, and the number one seed of the East, Miami Heat. Jay, since I know you love KD so much, why don't you take the floor?
Hey man, I actually really do love KD with regards to being an offensive weapon and all, but KD beyond basketball, the guy's a moron, man. He's a cupcake for sure, man. Ah, sigurista siya masyado. Diba? I mean, that's
Super,
what
no?
he did originally. He lost a game 7 against the Dubs, quits his team, and joins
Yeah.
the Dubs. The team that just beat him in 7 games, mind you.
I know.
Parang, wow, sigurista naman masyado nito. Di ka lumaban naman kayo. Ba't di
Pero,
ka lumaban ulit, di ba?
But
But
that
then
worked
now,
in my,
then he leaves the Dubs because, I don't know, Kyrie? That was the weirdest thing, man, because he was in a winning situation.
he
He
left
won.
the dub. Can I just mixing it before you
Then
pick to
he
Lloyd J?
leaves the Dubs.
He
Yeah.
left the Dubs because he wanted to prove that he can win.
But he
That
can
he
win
could lead the
without
team.
Steph, maybe, and
Well, with the insecurities and the
siya nga yung finals MVP.
Yep.
Albeit, I thought Steph should have been at least one of those. Dapat
Yep.
siya. But
and then
weird
now
lang eh. And then now,
And
he's
then-
asking to be traded, sigurista again, to the number one seed of both conferences. Diba?
ako,
Hindi ba niya kaya magdala talaga ng team?
no, dude, this is what's that. You, Mike, you wanna what's that? Because
no, sige, go ahead. Go ahead.
this is an example of why I'm breathing so light after the Dubs won this year, because you know how many boxes, I mean, honestly, do you know how many boxes this checked as a Dubs fan for me? Whether it's cementing Steph, it's giving a big whatever up to KD for leaving, even though I've said now, it was really his choice. He was a free agent, but every Dubs fan's kind of like ticked off that he left, because we would have had a we had a powerhouse going on for years, and this guy just decides to up and leave. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And for Steph to win it without him, I mean, is it safe to say that when the Warriors won last year, that pretty much broke Brooklyn? Because that put the whole Brooklyn, especially more importantly KD, into shambles, wherein I still think this is a mistake for him to request out, because where will he go? He'll go to Phoenix, he'll go to Miami, and then it still won't be his team. You know what I mean? It'll be. I think KD's best bet, honestly, was just to stay there, and something he's not used to. KD's best bet is he should have stayed in OKC, whether he, for all the way,
Yeah.
whether he won't. Okay, and then he should have
Yeah.
stayed in the Dubs, despite him being the villain now. Or now he should have just stayed in Brooklyn to try and win it. He's always making the same mistake, like what you're saying. He jumps ship too early because he can't take the heat, and that's the truth. You see it in his
Mm.
tweets. You see the guy can't take any form of heat,
No. Yeah.
diba? So
Yeah. Tapos
Now that-
mag-heat pa siya. Masyado lang
Oo nga.
mainit yan. Hindi na
pag
Oo.
pumunta siya sa Suns, mas mainit pa.
Pareho, he can't take the heat, but he wants to go to the Suns or the
Sun.
Heat. Na parehong mainit.
No, but sabi daw niya, he can go to the Suns daw at night.
Okay.
Wow.
Mike, go.
Ako, dude,
Happy
you know what?
birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Bench. Yeah.
Ito sad to say, KD could have been, easily top 15. Diba? With his skills,
Yeah.
all the tools at his
Unicorn din
disposal.
siya eh.
Yes.
Unicorn din siya eh. Kakaibang player, height,
He was the first.
di mapalpal
unicorn.
kasi, di ba? Which is solid
Yep.
eh. Ibang
He could have been
klaseng
that
talent, man.
easily, man. He
Yeah,
could have
yeah.
easily top 15 player.
Yeah, ito,
And
tumira
now,
sa kanya eh.
sadly, he left the Dubs. Okay, he won, went to New York, like Julio said. Moving again now just ruins everything. Regardless of what he does after this, whether he
Yeah,
goes to a team, wins it, stays
Yeah.
there, whatever. Dude, this
it's
move
it's lost
will
him
ruin
some
it.
brownie points in the best players stock. It lost him brownie points, dude.
that was OKC for being a dude. That was OKC pa lang. But
Can I
this,
say Can I say cupcake points? Wag na lang brownie para cupcake points.
para we're using the
Pwede.
correct terminology. Ako, this ruins it for him. And for me, he will just be known as maybe the best gun for hire.
The best player
best.
without balls, yan. I
No,
think
or
that's
the gun.
that's a good
He's just a
summary,
reinforcer. He's just reinforcement. Basically, the best reinforcement. His whole career was him being a reinforcement to
Para
another
siyang
team.
hugot sa liga. Ganun.
A hitman.
Yeah.
Hugot
Hindi,
sa
wag na
liga.
nga hugot eh. Kasi
Di
hugot,
ba, di ba yun naman ang insta niya? Sniper, whatever.
that's true.
Tama ba?
Maybe that's what he maybe yun na nga. Maybe
That's what he is, a
subliminally.
sniper.
Diba? Yan talaga. Yep.
Easy money sniper. Yan siya.
Easy money sniper. Di
Ayun,
ba?
easy money pa.
Ah,
Talagang
easy
he's
money na
describing it,
sniper.
dude.
Talagang, yeah, dude. That's
He's
him.
describing. Yeah. He's
That's
just. He's,
him.
yeah. In a nutshell, that's what I
money
meant. Easy
sniper.
money sniper.
Yeah. There
That's
you
his
go.
Twitter yata. One is Slim Reaper,
Gun
one is
for
his
hire.
IG.
Di
Yeah.
ba? That's
Gun
it.
for
Gun
hire.
for hire, man.
Now sabi niya, okay,
Para
the
sa
next,
Bob McAdoo, ganun din nung araw eh. Hanggang ganun na lang siya. I love
Yeah, that's
McAdoo, dude. That was an amazing, he was an amazing scorer. He led the league in scoring also, just like KD did. But ended up winning when he played na for the Lakers as a role player. Diba?
You know who he's a version 2 of? Speaking of gun for hire, who he's an improved version 2 of? Robert Ory.
Hmm.
dude,
Medyo, maganda
Dude,
na nga yung Bob McAdoo, at least scoring champion.
Hindi nga,
din,
sabi ko
diba?
naman,
Several
sabi ko
times.
naman, di ba, a super
Robert
improved
Ory is the
version.
luckiest mofo that lands in the
Kasi
team.
diba, ganun din siya. He jumps to a team, makes that winning shot for them. Diba?
Pero talo siya kay Ori, 7 rings yan.
Ayun. Doon,
Ah.
kaya nga, konti lang
Diba?
lamang niya. Kasi may pitong ring yung isa.
I don't know how we can even go and compare Kevin Durant to Robert Ory.
Hey, dude. Perk compared the first pick to Michael Beasley. I mean, what can I
Oh,
say?
speaking of our friend, Perk, he's the one who went on an ESPN to say that he salutes what KD did.
Huh?
Even
Yeah.
Stephen A. Even Stephen A. Pareho sila.
Really?
Stephen A agreed with the move. Na he should leave Brooklyn because of Kyrie. Because of what Kyrie did in
Did
Brooklyn.
there to him.
You know what? If I were
Well,
KD, I don't know, man. KD should just go up to the Brooklyn management and say, "Do what you want. I'm here. Let's win it." In other words, get rid of Kyrie, get rid of this, get rid of that. The problem there is that they couldn't even not offer Kyrie because KD, diba, he even said he wants to be traded. If weird guy, KD goes, he wants to be traded if they let go of Kyrie. But then Kyrie naman opts in and then he wants to be traded. It's just, I think they're just playing around with the Nets management because they're supposedly superstars.
right.
Yeah, and Joseph Tsai he's sick of them. And he wants to get rid of them.
Chinese businessman won't deal with that crap.
Yeah, dude. Wala na yan, di ba? Diba?
Okay. The second part of this also is that you have Kyrie request trying to force himself based
Yeah.
on Windhorse words to the Lakers, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yun.
I
Care to
mean-
comment?
I'll believe it when I see it. If I can have Kyrie and then ditch Russ, then I would have improved my team. If Kyrie plays, diba? Nagwawala na daw si Westbrook.
And you know what's
Here's,
funny?
Oh,
here's the
dapat-
ano though.
Dapat mawala na siya. Hayaan mo siyang
Here's the ano though, Jay.
magwala. Dapat mawala
Here's what I'm-
siya.
Here's what I'm hearing
Natin
though. Kasi
kailangan yan.
the Kyrie might not be this year eh. Kasi he's free agent
Mm.
next year eh.
Mm.
So what
He'll
they're
wait
saying
pa to be
is
a free agent.
If he can't,
That's so
you know,
weird though.
the Nets can't force a deal with Kyrie because I don't know who will take him, diba, at the value the Nets want back for him.
Mm.
Then that scenario actually isn't it si Windhorse also, si Windy who said that na, you know, if things don't work out with a trade, if they can't work out a trade package for Kyrie, he will always be free agent next year because Brooklyn won't extend him, and that's when he goes to the Lakers.
Dude.
Tama yan po, mawala lang si Westbrook.
You know,
Yes,
I sometimes
I read
I some-
about that also.
Kyrie just bought a house in LA. Gagalaw
I
yan. But
Yeah,
we'll see,
yeah.
we'll see.
No, he wants LA because he probably make more Uncle Drew movies. But I don't know if
As long as
they
he
realize.
freaking plays, dude. As long as he freaking plays. Because the guy can still play, man. The guy can still play. So
Yeah, but what team is he gonna end up having in LA? It's not like LeBron's gonna play forever, dude. It's like they're extending year after year
No,
after year.
no,
and-
well, another one that has to play is AD, right? He got called out by KG. I don't know if you guys
yeah,
saw
yeah,
that.
yeah. I saw that
Yeah,
about.
man.
He should be MVP
Diba?
daw si AD,
Hit
diba?
the lab! Hit the lab! You're too talented to be just that. Ginaganon sa ni KG eh. Oh, it's true naman. This guy can play, but dude, he's not naman playing. He's always injured. Parang peanut brittle. Galing yata ang Baguio to si AD eh.
Pom says here now, okay, let's we kind of went too fast before we end actually the show. We went too fast on Kyrie because
Mm.
he really wants to go to LA lang. But so in terms of KD, because here's what Pom put. Heat could offer Lowry, Robinson, Hero plus picks for KD. That's my
Mhm.
problem with the Heat. KD wants
Nawala
if he's gonna go to
naman
the
yung
Heat
depth
daw,
nila.
diba, he wants Bam, Butler, and who else there?
Lowry.
Lowry.
Lowry. He wants Lowry
Yeah.
to stay.
In other words, he wants the vets to stay. Well, except for Bam, pero
Mm.
you can
Yeah.
trade whoever you want for me, diba? But I want the vets there.
Mm.
I don't even know if this Lowry, Robinson, Hero plus picks
Yeah,
will even
that's
be
not gonna-
accepted by the Nets. But it's like,
Yep.
oh,
So,
really?
medyo
We-
low ball pa din yan.
We have
Well,
KD on.
lang
Kung
Pag-
ito lang, the Suns can beat this offer because they have
Yeah.
Ayton, dude.
They have 8.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dubs could beat this offer.
Yeah.
The
Tapa
Dubs
yan.
could, That's why the
Yeah.
Dubs.
The
No,
Dubs
that's why.
offer trumps all the
Oh,
offers,
dude.
dude.
Di ba? Wiggins, Weissman, Moody. Oh, ito na.
You know
Paminga,
why?
sama mo pa.
Dude,
Oh.
you know what the
Yan
Dubs
ang
will
trade. Yan ang
pag
pwedeng
natuloy
kunin
yung
ng Nets.
scenario na yun, you know what the Nets are trading for? They're trading for the entire future of the Dubs. They're
Yun lang.
trading for the
Yun
transition team of the Dubs after
Yun
the
lang.
OG3. That's what they're getting. They're getting the Dubs
Yes.
in 3 years. Is what they're
Yes.
getting.
Right. That's what they want. That's a smart move on their part.
I'm just
I don't know.
laughing
If I
because
were the Dubs, though, I wouldn't take KD back. Screw that.
ako, Pom goes keep Weissman. Ako naman keep Kuminga. But anyway, both are. It's just funny how
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, I like the youth. I don't mind if KD comes back and we become like a super mega team
May
now.
ganyan ka talaga eh, no? May
I just-
konti
I-
kang kurot sa puso with KD eh.
No.
Ako ikaw, di ko yan iniwan mo kami, bahala ka sa buhay mo. Di ka na pwede bumalik, gunggong. Diba?
Gung. My thing lang kasi.
Ang bait pa niya, meron siyang love-hate with KD talaga eh.
Can I make a confession?
Oh, what?
Kung bumalik si Kawhi sa amin last year, tinanggap ko din.
Ayun. Sabi ko na eh. May ganun
No, I'm
din
just
eh.
saying, I'm just being
Yeah.
real, dude. Because he would have fit our roster now. I'm just saying, last year at least.
The only thing I'm
Well-
saying lang kasi Jay is that it's hilarious that that I find it hilarious that the Dubs set this up 3 years after they all got injured, and it can work both ways. You know what I mean? They won't lose much if they give that much. They have a really good package, and they won't even get gutted, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Ayun,
Right.
let me just bring up what Doc Desi says
Yeah.
here was one of the points that
That's
Tulio was
also
making
true,
earlier.
Doc. That's true,
Yeah.
Doc, papi.
So if they save like 100 million on their 400 million dollar payroll, isn't it worth it and still have a really good team for the next 3 to 4 years?
That's what I was telling Julio kanina, Jay.
Diba?
The Dubs is so stacked that when they form a super team, they save money pa.
Yeah. It's
They
funny.
save money by being top heavy. That's how stacked they are.
Diba? So for me, it's like both can work, Jay. You know what I mean? If they want to keep the
Yeah.
rookies, saya for me. If they get
Yeah,
KD,
yeah.
dude, all the ring chasers will come if they get KD. And what? We can have a run that's similar to the Bulls, the Celtics, or Magic's Lakers. And right now, pa nga,
Mhm.
they're talking about 4 in 8 years. We can have 5 in
Right.
10, 6 in 10. We
Yeah,
can tie
yeah,
the Bulls. You know what I mean? And then, hard
Uh-huh.
tank na kami. Kumbaga, we don't have the bridge anymore. We just hard tank, period. Which
Right, but
they've
galing nga
proven
that
naman.
we're able to. There is a bridge already existing.
No,
Diba?
now there's a
Letting go of
bridge.
that for KD, they yan.
No, no, that's why, ga. I'm just saying both can work.
I just saw something on VR. Balikan ko lang yung sa Lakers, and it's very interesting eh. Parang there's something that's being said without very subtly, without being too basta it's
Go.
trying to read into it. I miss Kobe Bryant now. This is Genie Bus. He would understand and explain everything that I'm not allowed to. Honestly, he was the greatest Laker ever. He understood team over self, meaning your rewards would come if you valued team goals over your own. Then everything would fall into place. All can reply, sabi ni Genie Bus on her
Yeah.
Twitter account.
Dude, I 100%.
Lakas din ang parinig, may parinig to eh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think there's only there's
Dude.
that's an audience for one. That's
Dude,
an audience for one,
Wait,
dude.
wait,
that
wait.
tweet.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
pissed already. I think she's
Yeah.
pissed already.
Yeah.
Dude, you're talking about Kobe, right? Mike has someone who he can put in that same level as Kobe for his team, right? Am I safe to say that's Duncan?
Yes.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I can put someone on that same level also on my team that's just like a Kobe with Steph. What Steph has done for the Dubs is insane.
Yeah.
Even if you see him in summer league now bringing his son, asking for a shirt, parang bata, but he's making the fans love the dub.
Right,
You know,
right.
I mean, he's
Mhm.
there just having
He
fun.
did. He did. Yeah. He
So
brought so many more fans to Golden
um,
State.
those are the players that, and I think the NBA. Um, this is why the champions now so far were the Dubs and then Celtics. Not that the NBA is controlling it, but
Mm.
the basketball gods are so happy that you have the Bucks, you have the Dubs, you have the Celtics, who
Right.
is
Right.
also built from the draft. Jalen's been
Mm.
there, Smart,
That's why I like
Tatum.
that team.
The NBA
Respect.
wants more of these players, Giannis,
Yes.
Steph, because
Yes.
that creates better fandom actually in the long
Yes.
run
And
than
rivalries even.
and
Which the
rivalries.
NBA needs.
Yes.
Masyado nang mababaw yung, di
And
ba? Yung
actually,
nangyayari for a while eh.
one good thing that's coming out also, because the NBA have been trying to get rid of tanking. That's
Mhm.
one of the issues that the league has tried to address with the how they put together the draft. Now, if you end up being the worst record in the league, it doesn't
You have
automatically
14%
give you
lang.
14% ka lang to get the top pick, diba? But
Mm.
the one good thing that came out of all this tanking is you have four teams now who are trying to build their teams also, and not you know it's become the trend now. Na if you're gonna tank, this is how you do it, diba? You do it the
Yeah,
Sam
yeah, yeah.
Presti way, you do it the Detroit,
Yeah, yeah.
all of these. Actually, si
Yeah.
Sam Presti
Right.
kind of showed everyone the way on how to do it
Well,
now.
okay. I'll add on to that. It used to be the Sam Hinkie way
Right,
of the
right,
process. It used to be the
right,
process way, diba? But
right, right.
that was fucking 7 years, dude. That was too
Yep.
much. That was
Yeah,
that
tagal.
Too
pase
long.
yun,
Yeah,
tagal.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Presti did it the 2 year way, pare, or like
right.
what Houston did. It's the 1-2 year tank. Even the Dubs. Look how much the Dubs was able to amass in 2 years, despite them being a top contender. In 2 years, dude, they were able to get so much assets. It's crazy. So
Mhm.
that's why the Dubs might not be scared to tank later on, or any team, because now they can do it fast. You can flip it fast, as compared to 7 years of losing, wherein you
Right.
completely lose your culture in those
Right.
6-7 years. Pare.
Yes.
Right. I think that's
Diba?
where the Lakers want to be na nga eh. I'm reading into what Jeannie was saying. I'm not too afraid na tuloy about him finally retiring or moving on to wherever else Junior is playing.
Mhm.
Diba? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. I
pulling
get,
the band-aid, dude. Yeah,
Because
yeah. That
yeah. And LA will always be LA. It will still be a destination place. Players will
yeah.
still want to play there after he's gone. So
But
I'm not that afraid. Two
I'm
years,
gonna be
3 years, we're back.
no,
Sana.
but I'm gonna be honest also. I'm gonna be honest. Is that, don't take it the wrong way, huh? And
Mm,
LA is still my second. I have a soft spot for LA. The
right.
problem also with LA of recent years, huh?
Mm.
And Laker fans, and 'cause Dub fans are obnoxious. Laker fans are privileged too much. Also, they expect every
That's
star to
spoiled.
want to
It's
go to
spoiled.
LA. You know what I
Just
mean?
just like the Celtics. Same.
Yeah. Well, the
But
Celtics are hard.
it's that
Yeah,
pride. It's that pride of
it's that
being the
pride.
winningest. Yeah.
No, but you add Hollywood and Tinseltown to it, it's a little bit
Oh,
more uy,
yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's the problem also, is that when they had the young core, they were already impatient from the start. Pa lang, remember that impatient na
They
sila.
did. They had a damn
They
good
had a
core, man.
core. What they didn't do is they didn't start trimming fat. They wanted quick kagad. Dapat in 1 year, all of
Yes.
a sudden,
Trim fat
contenders.
lang dapat. Oy, ito pang keeper, ito
Yeah,
keeper. O,
yeah.
ito pwede, sige.
But what
Diba?
did they do?
Let's deepen other parts of the
Yeah,
roster.
they
Eh
went
wala,
for
nag
yes.
ano eh, nag whole lot sale eh.
Yep.
Nagtoko eh.
They got LeBron from a free agent. That's not a problem. But
No,
wow,
but
LeBron cleaned house. He
yeah.
practically cleaned house.
And he was
With
allowed to, and I think that
yeah,
is what Jeannie Bus was alluding to.
yeah, and
It's I think there's gonna be, if it doesn't happen this year, next year,
no,
may mangyayari na talaga dyan.
and the mindset of like what Stephen A. and Kendrick says, na it's okay to, no, it's not okay, dude. Kevin, you signed a 5-year contract last year. It's not, or 4-year extension. It's not
Yeah, and then
okay to leave the
iwanan mo na lang
contract.
yun. Kung
It's
ako
not.
yung
It's not.
may-ari ng net, sapatusin ko siya, man.
Yung isa sinampal, yung isa
Hindi, hindi, kaya nga Julio, actually what you said earlier na, the theme of this year's free agency is
They sign,
extended
no?
contracts
Yeah.
and
Yep.
continuity. You know what I'm afraid of? Maybe they're just signing this because they know they can request a trade
No,
later on.
that's you know what? That's gonna be the flip side of it. Na
Hey, that's
it.
probably what it is
Yeah.
talaga.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi
But
may president na eh. Diba?
But Mark, we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. But mark my word, this will be a big discussion now come CBA when the
Yep.
CBA. I think it's
For
in a
sure,
year or
man.
two yata for sure. Baka
for
malak
sure.
out, malak out tayo because of this
Naku,
stupid
wag
damn
naman.
discussion, pare.
Wag
Okay,
naman, that's half our year, man.
dude. Before anything, I'd like to thank. Hey guys, thank you for a great year. We're still gonna continue the shit.
Yeah, man.
Diba?
Everyone, the ones that were here tonight, Doc Nesty, Pom,
Pom,
Yep.
yeah, and the ones
Manoli,
that are Manols and the
yeah,
regular guys like Sina Bobby, Sina
Bobby,
Joe Smith, si
Joe
Joko,
Yep.
Smith, Andre the
Andre,
Destroyer, Joko, Alan,
uh-huh,
your other friends, Jay. I remember from Laker fans also.
right, right.
Joshua, there was a
Mm.
Joshua,
Yeah.
and if we missed out on
Everyone,
anyone, everyone,
yeah,
basta
Yeah,
everyone,
man.
thank you.
I mean,
yeah, man. Thanks for
it
365 days
it's
of
yeah. The 10 of you are the reason why we're still here after a year.
and whoever the five that are on our
Yeah.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel. At six na ba? Six.
No, but I will say this, but we've talked about this guys a lot, is that for us pa rin, we do this kasi on our group chat, we might as well do it on stream and baka some people can ride along for the kwento, for some
Yeah.
good NBA kwento.
Right.
And
Yeah.
diba?
Yeah.
We're not media people. We're not,
Yeah.
well, as of right now, we're not trying to make this into a career. This is a strict passion project. And I
Yeah.
hope you guys see our passion naman when it comes to the
Mhm.
NBA and hoops. That's all we really want. And
Obvious ba? May voodoo pa nga eh.
and we also see your passion. I mean, the people watching and commenting,
Yeah,
just by the
yeah.
fact that you guys are commenting, we know you guys watch the game also, just like us.
Yeah, man.
And
Mhm.
as the bunch of regular dudes that we all are, diba, who love the game of
Right.
basketball. Thank you,
Yep.
guys. Thanks, Pom.
Right, right.
Solid
Cheers.
bench.
Cheers, Pom.
Yeah, we had a soft bench before, but now ours
Yeah.
is quite solid.
We're pretty deep, actually. We're pretty deep. We have a deep bench.
I,
We have a deep bench.
I'd like to thank the once in a while
Yeah.
Kazam here, like
Yes.
TJ,
Oh, yes. Go.
AJ,
John
DJ,
D.
John
John
D.
D. Yep.
Yeah,
Mikel,
thanks for
Mikel has
gracing
been
us.
Mikel.
on some of the
Yeah.
streams
Right.
also, and Rafi.
And
Rafi
even
was
one
part
of
of
our
the
viewers,
draft.
Bobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rafi, and
We'll have
well,
more of you as guests, you guys.
we also
Oh,
have
yes.
we still have Marty and Mario also.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah,
Right.
what Jay was saying, let me just repeat it. Next year, yeah, we'll have some of you as
More,
guests
yeah.
also to come on
Yeah.
and join the conversation with us. So
Right.
that's something we're looking at for next year.
Yeah, that episode with Bobby was fun, man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have more guests.
KD drama yan, talaga, todo.
Pare, wait lang.
Pa-
Before we
Para
go,
soap opera yan, Pom.
it may not happen, but tomorrow, well, today in the States is when KD
Oh.
announced he moved to the Dub. So he might get a trade
That
this day
happened.
also.
Right, right.
It's July 4th in
Baka
the States right
to
now.
this day in, di ba?
Oh, diba?
This
The
day in
decision.
NBA history.
Anything else, guys, before we close off our
Oh, yeah, man. I'd like to invite whoever wants to catch several bands. We're doing a fundraiser this Saturday at MCM Play in Binyan. It's an amazing venue. It's essentially a gallery for mid-century modern furniture, which I love. Like that couch there behind me, this chair that's from the '60s came from that place. Anyway, it's a fundraiser for a friend Dan Hill who had a heart attack recently. So we're gonna try to help, chip in whatever we can for medical bills. You have Color It Red, Aya De Leon, Cosmic Misfits, Cat Darling, Joko Orientazo, and my band Homes performing this Saturday. It's just 1K.
Nice.
1K, and you get free booze and free food from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Dude, it's a kick-ass deal.
Not bad.
So
Yeah.
I hope you guys drop by, whoever's free. Thanks, man.
Take us happy birthday, Jay. Happy birthday, Veg.
Happy birthday to you. Pang BOM. Happy birthday
Ow,
to you.
ow, candle. Ow, wax. Ow. Jay,
he
you
needed
take
a
it
he
home.
needed a
Hold on.
faster,
That
more
audience
upbeat.
you heard it
Yeah.
first here on
The Veg.
The bench.
the bench.
We'll be back. Bye-bye.
Baka matulog sa
Bye-bye.
bahay mo niyan.
I know. Out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.